Hello, everyone. My name is Maria Coughlin, and I'm a senior this year at John Carroll University, located in Cleveland, Ohio. Go Blue Streaks! I am a woman who is passionate about sustainable change, and I'm excited to share with you all an experience that completely changed my mindset when it comes to sustainability. My junior year, for 7 days, myself and fellow classmates traveled to North Carolina on an immersion experience where we learned about the mission and work of the Industrial Commons. The Industrial Commons is changing the way business operates here in the United States. Working with a multitude of factories spread throughout the Carolinas, the Industrial Commons is revolutionizing the supply chain of how materials are made. Everything from a new t-shirt to a new umbrella, the Industrial Commons is helping factories make a sustainable change. And they're able to make this sustainable change by focusing on the triple bottom line. But what is the triple bottom line? And how is this helping factories be more sustainable? The triple bottom line is a business concept that focuses on the 3 Ps: people, profit, and planet. Rather than a business's sole interest being in making more money, or profit, the triple bottom line places an emphasis on treating its workers with dignity and respect, and not negatively extracting from the environment and causing more harm to it. A company valuing both people and the planet is not a common business mindset today. Unfortunately, our consumption cycle of the world centers around a make, take, and waste mindset. For example, many of us have the privilege of being an online order away from receiving a new and popular piece of clothing. Supply chains do not emphasize the story of how this piece of clothing was made, and therefore, as a result, we as the consumers are unaware of the face and story of how this new piece of clothing that we now have, how it was created. Supply chains only focus on 1 P, and that is profit. And as a result, human beings every single day are being used as instruments for profit. And Pedro Rupe once declared a basic attitude of respect for all people, which forbids us to ever use them as instruments of profit. Yet this is occurring every single day as people face unjust working conditions, unfair wages, and are constantly battling a violation of human rights. During my immersion experience, I met a 21-year-old man named Daniel. Originally from Guatemala, Daniel started working at the age of 6 in a textile factory. After moving to the United States, he immediately started work at a chicken farm. In order to support his family, Daniel would work at 4 a.m. before school and would oftentimes return right at the end of the last bell. And he explained this experience to me. It was one filled with long, hard working conditions where the thought and chance of even taking a breath seemed almost unfeasible. He felt unseen and unheard by his bosses, and he constantly struggled with balancing school. Having just turned 21, Daniel was already experiencing businesses that only valued one thing, the 1 P, profit. And this is injustice. Now, a solution to combating this injustice is the concept and idea of sustainability. Sustainability is the intersection of environmental health, social equity, and economic vitality. It's taking care of the needs of the present without compromising the ability of future generations to live. It's the direct intersection with the triple bottom line way of thinking, those 3 Ps I mentioned earlier: people, profit, and planet. And this interconnected approach is vital as we all take collective action against the climate crisis. A crisis that not only just affects the environment, but people, supply chains, and business decisions. They affect people. And it's not just an issue in the supply chain of fashion, but in almost any supply chain that you can think of. And most of all, minorities and historically excluded voices. These are the people that are facing a disproportionate amount of injustice due to this crisis. Daniel, he now works at a worker-owned factory known as Opportunity Threads. Opportunity Threads is just one of the many factories within the Industrial Commons network that focuses on doing business in a triple bottom line way of thinking. And Daniel explained this new experience to me and how it is one like no other. Being a worker-owned factory, specializing in textile production, Daniel feels seen and heard by his employers. He receives a fair wage. He works in just working conditions. and he explained how Opportunity Threads is like a family. As a worker-owned company, he has a heard voice in the operations of the business, and he is valued as a human person. Opportunity Threads is just one example of how the Industrial Commons community is focusing on amplifying its voice of its workers with equity, inclusion, and restorative justice in mind, and focusing on locally rooted wealth. We cannot waste any more time arguing about the size of the environmental problem and just give up. It's not too late, and there is still hope. And a good way to start is to lean into the hope of coordinated action and the power of community resilience. Our actions truly do make a difference truly bigger than what you may think, and there is not a day that we go by where we do not make an impact on the world around us. Although our actions may be a work in progress, they directly intersect with the continuation of people, profit, and the planet. And you can be the source of creativity, innovation, resilience, perseverance, and perspective that the conversation and sustainability needs. My name is Maria Coughlin, and I find my purpose in the stories of people, profit, and the planet. And I am a storyteller for urgent change. Every single day, humans are used as an instrument for profit. Human beings are used as instruments for profit. Let's stop this. Let's start making a ruckus. What does sustainability look like for you? Is it writing a letter to your local senator in support for a sustainable policy? Is it before going on a new vacation, not buying a huge haul of clothing, instead swapping with a friend? Is it researching the companies that you support and looking into the policies that they practice? Is it supporting locally rooted wealth and businesses in your own communities, in your own regions? These are just to name a few, but what does sustainability look like for you, and what are you going to do about it? Thank you.